Keyword gambling industry. Maybe even more important is indeed any other industry in Germany. I recall at Lansens one guest years and years and years ago who would tell into cameras and tell more subtext wise that he would let run his girl, let's formulate it like that, at least 1,000 steps a day, thereby maybe conveying into the communities of then already having been in the nose of what I had really stress at times to reconstruct. I mean the two halves of the core criminal core complex, and here that one being situatable, even maybe one would have to visit websites and see products and so on and so forth, if any reference to my person. I would assume for sure. Um, Conveying into the community where we are here, the males, and we can still order any girl, any woman, any wife, any female cousin, any person that would pop up. Let's formulate it like this, and if totally unadjacent to us, that would indeed concern me. To do as we please, like losing weight or gaining more muscles. So maybe it was indeed conveyed. Im Wilmer Westermann has always been a totally fat one, completely occupied with eating disorder things and so on and so forth. Yeah, this would be one way of indeed not being enabled here to reach any higher than how does one formulate glass ceilings, if glass. My figure here, once in a while visible, tall 1.71. So, in the not so distant future, apart from smelling into affiliate marketing and taking care of this one here, I might indeed consider and lead you into the realms of German law. I would constrict it to the field of German criminal law because that's my grounding. It is also the grounding of the reconstruction, and despite the existence of the Rechtsberatungsgesetz, me not a full-fledged lawyer, but acting here as a paralegal, which is an expression that Germans till my list did not know. Also I invented it upon having finalized it. The IAW _ Liste alle Texte. And what I can say here, it is all about words, verbs and nouns, and the holds of meaning behind. The holds of meaning behind, according to definitions, for example, and according to what certain courts, not certain, but many courts, any courts in Germany have decided, and at times finally the highest court, the Bundesverfassungsgericht, / the compartment of criminal law. This is not to expose myself or give everything for free, but it is necessary if people indeed read my texts and want to do something worthwhile with it, which would serve my needs even, other than spreading it around, tearing things apart, and I'm left with nothing, and the whole meaning behind this is a giveaway, as if for the German TV industry market and then maybe the film market. It is facts, it is indeed things that had happened, and if it had been during indeed the Second World War times. A murder, for example. Therefore, it is still of interest today. I also attached a historical meaning to it because it sprung out of it. I did not intend to doing so when having started it, but it just developed. So, if encountering a paragraph of the StGB, there is two parts. There is the so-called Rechtsfolgenseite and the Tatbestandsseite. So it tells you, it explains, it describes a certain crime, and then it opens up the perspectives how costly it is. So it can either cost months or years or money, and if month or money, it is just a Vergehen, and if costing more than a year or more than half a year, it is a Verbrechen, and this is, for example, blackmail. It is costly indeed. Maybe this is already enough, because you can do the math as formulated in another video. You simply can do the math for yourself, and yeah, what can I do? Nothing much. But as far as my texts are concerned, it is facts, and if people want to do something with it worthwhile, then they would prove facts for facts and keep things together, and not handing it out, doling it out for free, attaching it to persons not having been there, not having anything to do originally with those textual contents. Of course, I do see the problem that people, meantime, got another ID, another name, and so on and so forth. But there are still people around, I hope so, that know the originals. For example, that Professor Meurer, Strafrechts, criminal law professional, not restricting himself, but very much in the field of gambling industries. There is a reel which I will connect, a prior reel in my Facebook account here. I will connect, and yes, so what can I say? That one indeed. So to him and to his giving me 13 points, albeit it could have been more even, because that work was so fantastic. Attached to that complex person-wise is indeed the Bond film text, because one of the Bond films has a character, amongst others, though, that indeed, I mean the Russian general, which who appears in several Bonds, though restricted, maybe not more than 4. So those two indeed are lookalikes. And therefore that Professor Meurer and attached what I attached. So this cannot be denied. This indeed cannot be denied.